5 tonight, a federal judge is dismissing most of the claims in a lawsuit filed by a black high school student who was punished because of his hairstyle.
So Daryl George alleged that the Texas school district racially discriminated against him and violated the state's Crown Act when he was suspended for refusing to change his hairstyle. The school district argued that George's long hair, which he wears to school and tied behind his head and then twisted locks on top of his head, violated its dress code policy because it would then fall below his shirt collar and eyebrows or earlobes if he let his hair down. So the judge dismissed the case and the claims that the student's rights were violated, but the allegation of sex discrimination still stands right now. The judge says the district policy does not clearly define why girls can have long hair but boys cannot. All right, let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes to this conversation. So the Crown Act has been a large discussion across the country. So what specifically does this ruling mean?
It means that judge didn't believe that the Crown Act was something that was affected them specifically. You have to state a claim, and if you can't state a claim, then your claim will be dismissed. The judge believed that they failed to state a claim that this was first protected speech. Not even setting aside the Crown Act, just look at the First Amendment argument. That's what the attorneys were attempting to say. Typically, speech is protected. Things that you say, obviously, is speech. Your clothes is speech, and historically hair has been speech. This judge has went the other direction. He said that the lawyers failed to cite any case law holding that hair length is protected as expressive conduct. Because when you talk about First Amendment, I cannot restrict, or it's extremely hard for me to restrict the things that you're saying. And if your hair, the way you wear it is your speech, then you have to jump over a high burden to restrict that. In the school district, he's saying this lawyer failed to even show that there's any case law. And so, yeah, I think there's a couple things with this case that I could say in terms of the way the approach that the judge wrote this opinion. But I would have liked this to go forward. Him dismissing the case basically took it out of the hands of a jury.
Well, let's go back to the Crown Act because it's been passed in 26 states. More than 50 cities or towns have passed similar ordinances. But what about bringing it back here locally? What about Charlotte?
2021, Charlotte enacted the exact same thing because when you have a state that doesn't enact it, right? Most of these cities that you're talking about are cities that the states have failed to enact something like that, or they kind of got on the bandwagon prior to that. Philadelphia was one of those cities where it was like, okay, we want to make sure that our city has that. Charlotte jumped on it in 2021. There was a lot of pushback because remember, this same, non-discrimination ordinance is the same way they tried to implement the H2 bill that the state came and swiped down on them and said, you know what, that's not something that you can do. And so when there was conversation back in 2021, I remember the back and forth in the room. I was actually there listening to the debate, but I can tell you that this was something that was wholeheartedly welcomed across the city.
I got to ask you, I mean, just as you said, I'm glad that you mentioned it in terms of the way you wear your hairstyle is an expression of who you are. Were you surprised?
A couple things. I'll touch on the surprise part. I think the judge surprised me because I looked at a couple of his past readings, and I had been following this case. He ruled that a municipality in the state violated the Voting Rights Act, specifically Section 2, because they disadvantaged voters in their district, not giving them an opportunity to vote for the person of their choice. And he said that rule that they did struck it down and made them go redo the maps. The court upheld his opinion. I thought his decision making in that one was perfect, and not just because he ruled in favor of something that I thought was right, but because the way he laid out his argument. But when you're looking at this Crown Act, I mean, we have to think about what it says. We're saying it's creating and respecting an open world for natural hair. Father of 3 daughters, married to a woman that wears an afro. I mean, this type of case really confuses me because now you're saying that you're not going to allow a person to enjoy their First Amendment constitutional protected rights just because they failed to cite case law that says it's protected. Our Constitution clearly protects individuals' ability to do these types of things. And so disheartened by this case, but this isn't the end of the law for that.
It's a really interesting case for sure and convoluted, and appreciate you breaking all of it down for us.
Quickly, there's 2 more pending in the state where another judge in the same
TBD.
state said the exact same opposite of what this judge says.
In the state of Texas?
Same state of Texas.
Okay,
so
really?
this is not over for sure.
All right, Khalif. Thanks.